Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassandra, and if you are new here, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button because on this channel we try to share new inspiration and DIYs on a budget. Okay, so today I wanted to do a few little neutral color Valentine decor pieces. I also wanted to talk to you about a big giveaway. Stay tuned to the very end and I'll share it with you. So for the first project, I found this shadow box. I think it was also meant to be used as like a little piggy bank, but I wanted to go ahead and get rid of the wording on top. So I just used my nail polish remover and it worked as a charm. So after I made sure it was dried, I had a couple pieces of some scrapbook paper and I wanted to just use the wood side. Now the project that I'm doing, you probably won't see it, but I wanted to make sure that everything was covered. Okay, so I did find some foam flowers at Dollar Tree. They came 6 in a pack. So I just went ahead and glued them and I used the smaller ones. They come in different variety of different sizes. And I used a cream. So I just glued them, hot glued them to the back of the board and did that all the way down until no more would fit. And in the same style, I found a smaller version, and I thought maybe they would look good, kind of just putting them in between. But after looking at it, I decided I didn't want it. I wanted it to be more of a simple, chic little piece. So once everything was placed back together, I went ahead with my Cricut and I cut out the word love in a light pink. If you do not have a Cricut, you can always use just some stickers and write out the word love. I know Dollar Tree has the letterings, and sometimes they even have like the wall decals that say love. There's a ton of different options. Okay, so for project number 2, I grabbed 2 of the clay pots from Dollar Tree, a couple wooden dowels, and then 2 of the medium-sized foam balls. And I used some Waverly chalk paint and then some faux moss. And then, of course, some more of those roses. Another option you could actually buy the bundle of roses from Dollar Tree. They have a ton of different colors, which would work just as good. So to start off, I'm going to take the clay pots and I'm going to paint them with Waverly's chalk paint in the color Mineral. You do not have to make a thick coat. I wanted it to kind of be able to see through the back, just lightly go over it. So after I was done with the chalk and it dried, I went in and dry brushed some of the plaster Waverly chalk paint just around it to kind of brighten it up a little bit. And then I'm going to add some of the foam pieces to the bottom. Now I'm just going to take the wooden dowels and I somehow did not record it. But what I did was I went ahead and I actually painted them a brown color, kind of like an outside branch color. You do not have to do this. It's optional. I just thought it was really cute to do. So now I'm going to start actually gluing on the roses to the actual ball. Now, this size is the size up from the one that we use in the picture frame. Um, it's not the big ones, but it's the size right before the big ones. And these come, I believe, 4 in a pack, where the other ones came 6 in a pack. I just like the way that these looked. I like how open they were. They looked more natural versus some of the selection of the roses that I've seen at Dollar Tree lately. But I mean, I do know that if you go to different Dollar Trees, they have different or better quality things, I should say, or they've not had them smashed in boxes all day, I should say. That would probably be the better term. But I just like the way they look. And they turned out beautiful. It's so cute. These topiaries are just, they're beautiful. And these are also some projects that you could actually create and do for a spring wedding or just a summer wedding or a wedding in general. They're beautiful. You can use them for the springtime. I just love them. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of show you what I did. I took the foam ball and at the bottom, I just inserted it the wood dowel. Now you want to add some hot glue to the tip of the wood dowel before inserting it because I feel like it just kind of keeps it more secure. And as you see, that's what I'm doing here. I didn't want to turn it all the way around because this one was not completely finished at the time, but as you see, I ran out of roses, so I had to go back and get some more, but the final product was complete. Now, these again are optional. You can do all different colors. They have purple, like a light peach color. They have all different kinds. They even have the red roses. But for this theme, I wanted it to be more neutral colors, something that would last for more than just the holiday for Valentine's. I wanted it to kind of go over into the spring season. So now I have these little moss, I call them moss rocks. I love them. You can cut them, you can form them however you need to form them. They're really cute and you can use these for a lot of different things. So I just chose to go ahead and put those around the bottom. So we're just going to place those. Now you do not have to add glue to them, but you can add hot glue to keep them in place. Okay, the last project for today. If you have some of the leftover boxes from winter or from Christmas, go ahead and paint them. I used a Waverly chalk paint. It took 3 coats on the bottom just to, make sure it was nice and cleaned up and you didn't see any of the imaging coming through. I did have 2 different boxes. I went with the lighter blue because the red one seemed a little bit harder to cover, which it can be, and it would take a lot more coats, but it worked out good with this one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the lid, since I'm not going to be using it, and I'm going to use it to place it in the inside of it, just to kind of give it a little bit more height, so I don't have to use so much foam when putting in. As you see, my little knife just decided to keep falling off and would not work for me, so I went with the scissors. Now that we have the lid installed, we're going to go ahead and start putting some foam pieces around, just to kind of give it again some more height and something for them to go in. And there we go with my X-Acto knife again. I don't know what's wrong with it, so I'm just going to stick with my little Dollar Tree cutters, razor blades. They work perfect, so I'm just sticking with that apparently. Again, we're going to go ahead and use some more of those little roses, the same one that we used in the topiary. And these are in a cream color. They're the exact same size. So right now I'm just trying to place them to see how I want them. And I felt like it may have needed a little bit something else to it. So I went in and then I decided to add a little bit of my like greenery, and I just wrapped it around the inside, kind of like at the top, you'll see, and I just attached it with some hot glue once I had it formed the way that I wanted. Now, the idea of this is to try to stuff in as many roses just to make sure that it looks very full. So that's just pretty much what I'm doing, trying to make sure I have enough room. And for some reason, that little piece that I had put on the bottom, it wanted to keep sliding down and it was kind of uneven. So I had to keep adjusting it. So you'll just keep gluing roses in around them and on the inside before we move on to the next step. Now, I did go ahead and decide to use some of those little smaller ones, and that it's like a orangish color, but it's really light. I can't think what the color is, but it's a peach. It's like a very light peach color. It's very pretty and they're very soft. So I figured that they would actually look really good inside of this. So again, this is optional. You do not have to do that, but I actually like the way it looked. So I just went in and I added a few more, and then I had some more of the smaller cream, the very, very small ones. So any places that I felt like were kind of, missing a little bit or were showing through and you could see the greenery or the foam underneath, I would just go in and fill them with the smaller ones. So you have two different size roses, which also gives it a little bit of dimension because this is really a simple project. Honestly, it took me less than 10 minutes after I painted the box, which Waverly's chalk paint in general, dries pretty fast. So after it was painted, I keep saying box, but it is a box, but it's circle. Anyways, after I painted it and the drying time, it literally took me 10 minutes to create this. So very simple, very budget friendly, but super, super adorable. So now I have some of this. It's a burlap tape. So there's a sticky part on the other side. So I went ahead and just attached that for more of a chic, simple look. So since we're at the end of the video, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I'm giving away a Cricut Explorer with at least $100 worth of supplies that come with it. So I want to give it away to somebody very special. Everything you need to know will be in the description below. But first, can we please try to get this video to at least 500 likes? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you do hit that like button. And as always, happy crafting, y'all.